Imagine this: you wake up one morning, open your eyes, and realize something unsettling. Not that you're lost, but that you're not really found either. You're not drowning in chaos, but you're not swimming toward anything meaningful either. You're simply floating, you exist, you function, but deep inside it feels like you're waiting for what you don't know. You've got a job, maybe a steady relationship, you pay your bills, you do what society expects of you. You smile when someone tells a joke, you nod at the right moments, but when you're alone, there's a whisper in the back of your mind that keeps asking, is this it? If that question has ever echoed in your chest like a soft thunder, this isn't just another motivational message. This is a mirror, one that's asking you to look a little deeper. In the modern world where everything is optimized for performance and productivity, we've been conditioned to pursue outcomes. Job titles, salaries, milestones, relationship statuses, social media approval. From a young age, we're taught to chase something. Grades, goals bigger than last year's goals. But what happens when you hit some of those benchmarks and still feel numb? What happens when you finally get the job, the degree, the ring, the apartment, and then wonder why it all still feels a bit hollow? Here's the part no one tells you. Feeling directionless isn't a symptom of failure. It's more like a silent epidemic of those who followed the script, checked the boxes, and yet feel like they've ended up in the wrong movie. This sense of inner aimlessness doesn't care if you're 25 or 55. It doesn't care how many followers you have or what car you drive. It only cares whether you feel aligned with what you're doing. You can have a full calendar and an empty soul. You can be successful in the eyes of others and still feel like a stranger in your own life. Here's what makes this problem even more dangerous. It hides behind the mask of normalcy. Most people aren't lost because they took a wrong turn. They're lost because they never chose a direction at all. They inherited a routine. They borrowed someone else's dream. They built a life based on external checklists rather than internal values. And because society rewards structure, obedience, and productivity, you get applauded for staying on that treadmill. Keep showing up, keep producing, keep smiling. And for a while that feels like enough until it doesn't. Until one day you're stuck in traffic, staring blankly out the windshield, wondering how your life became something you never consciously designed. So how do you fix something like that? How do you find direction in a life that feels like it's moving but going nowhere? Let's borrow an old metaphor, climbing a mountain. When you stand at the bottom of a tall peak, it's overwhelming. The summit feels impossibly far. But here's the secret every climber knows. You don't need to see the whole path to start. You just need to find a grip, a foothold, something to anchor yourself to. And that grip isn't found in some future version of yourself or in some perfectly clear plan. It's right here in the present. Most people make the mistake of waiting for clarity before they move. They think they need to have it all figured out before taking a single step. But the truth is, clarity doesn't precede action. It follows it. You don't gain direction by overthinking your life. You gain direction by stepping forward and letting the path reveal itself. So how do you take that first step? It's not about reinventing your life overnight. It's not about quitting your job, moving to a cabin in the woods, or selling everything you own. It's much simpler and more powerful than that. Just look at one area of your life right now and ask yourself, how can I make this better? That's it. That's the strategy. If your health is suffering, move your body today. If your home feels chaotic, clean one room. If your job feels stale, learn one new skill. Don't try to burn down your life and start fresh. You're not a phoenix, you're a human, and humans evolve through micro shifts, not explosions. These small upgrades, these make it better moments do two things. First, they build momentum. Action leads to energy. When you improve even one thing in your life, you create a sense of movement, and movement is intoxicating. It makes you want to keep going. Second, small changes open up new perspectives. You didn't know how great your space could feel until you cleaned it. You didn't know how confident you could be until you started dressing better. You didn't know how meaningful a side hobby could feel until you tried it. Each improvement uncovers another layer of potential you didn't even know was there. Take Jason, for example. Jason worked in insurance. He didn't hate it, but he didn't love it either. For years, he told himself he was lucky to have a job and shouldn't complain. But he couldn't shake the sense that something was missing. He didn't have a grand plan, no startup idea, no dream career, just a hunch. So he did something small. He bought a camera. He started taking photos on weekends. No expectations, no business plan, just curiosity. 18 months later, Jason was doing paid photo shoots on weekends, loving it, and slowly building a portfolio that gave him more purpose than his day job ever had. He didn't find his path, he made one click at a time. If you still feel like you're just existing, that's okay. You're not broken, you're not too late, but you are responsible. Life doesn't hand out meaning like candy. You have to create it, and you don't need to hear a voice from the sky. You just need to listen to the quiet clues already inside you. What makes you restless? What makes you bored? What are you avoiding that deep down you know needs your attention? Don't wait for the answer to be poetic. Start small, start with something mundane, and make it better. Also, let's stop glorifying the idea of finding your purpose like it's some divine scavenger hunt. That mindset keeps people stuck. They wait for clarity. They wait for inspiration. They wait for a big break. Meanwhile, their life stays on pause. Here's the truth. Purpose isn't found, it's built. It's assembled one decision, one experiment, one failure at a time. You don't wait until you're in love with your work to do it. You do the work, and if you're lucky, love sneaks in when you're not even looking. So where does true direction come from? Not from Google searches, not from books, it comes from ownership. You might not know where you'll be in 5 years, but you can own what you do in the next 5 days. Audit your patterns. Ask yourself which habits drain you, which choices shrink you, which actions, even the smallest ones, could reclaim an ounce of self-respect. Don't try to do everything, just choose one thing, one change, one experiment, then repeat. The truth is you're not lost, you're just between chapters. And yes, the middle of the story is messy. All good stories are, but great characters don't wait for the perfect plan. They move, they risk, they respond, they stumble and adjust. So change something, switch up your schedule, learn a new skill, apply to that job you've been eyeing, text someone you've been avoiding, say yes to that thing you're scared of, or say no to something that's been draining you. Every action is a vote for the kind of person you want to become, and those votes add up, not all at once but steadily, quietly, powerfully. Here's the best part. You don't need a new city, a new job, or a new version of yourself to begin. You already have the starting point, right here, right now. Direction doesn't come from wishing, it comes from doing, from choosing not to accept life as it is and deciding to make it a little better day by day. Because when you do that, the universe tends to respond. Opportunities you never noticed before start to show up. People treat you differently. Energy flows in unexpected ways. And suddenly, without even realizing it, you're not just floating anymore. You're moving, you're becoming, you're building a life that finally feels like yours. So the next time you feel stuck, don't ask, "What's my purpose?" Ask, "What can I make better today?" Then go do it, because that's how you go from lost to in progress, and from in progress to home. I hope you found this video helpful. If you enjoyed today's video, be sure to hit the like button. It might seem like a small thing, but because of how the YouTube algorithm works, videos with more likes tend to get shown to more people. So your like really helps this video reach others who might need it too. And if you find my content valuable, consider subscribing. It really helps more people discover it. Thanks for watching, and I wish you and your family good health and peace. See you in the next video.